Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate at 1600 on the map. Off the beat of people's house, I made it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power through the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sitting on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big farmer, big tank, Tony's juice bag. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight. They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Promising selling it, but you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk you through it, Lincoln MLK. Now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote. It's the people's house. Powers in the air.
Big Zeus, ladies and gentlemen, good
We
morning.
knocking on the door. We wanna hear this all. Yeah. Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke. People on them players, yeah, y'all think this is a joke. Take it back and write the code. 1600, got your soul. Put my portrait on the wall, they staring at me like I'm cold. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. I'm trapping out the West Wing, doing deals all in the dark. Make your dreams come true. All I need is a spark. Red phone ringing, but you don't know who's on my line. Got the Constitution jumping, yeah, you know I'm so divine. No stains on my kicks and the rally outside, and the gates is locked. This
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
For the block, yeah, buses make a war fight. 1600, do it all day, all night. The people's house is a trap. Got the power, get it back. Money talk loud, time to clap. Fight for the keys, that's a fact. It's a rap, I'ma bring it back. In the people's house.
All right, let's get this show started.
It's the people's house. We knocking on your door.
Let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. We don't got much time. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. That's right, let's go.
It's deja vu when I'm writing up these raps. I'm like the Terminator screaming.
I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class.
Good morning.
It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class.
You can tell that I made it. Look at
cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish.
sitting there screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous.
The algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac.
I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Good morning. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here goes.
Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip.
Here goes. Listen.
I'ma take off
Zeus hater.
shit.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical.
Very radical.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Yeah.
It's like deja vu.
They always say that about me, right?
It's like deja vu.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. But once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot, and you know exactly why we are gathered here, because once again, we have to save this great country of ours from the evil, and I do mean evil, clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons who are, hell-bent on ruining this great country of ours, all right? And so let me just double-check and check the temperature. Do we still have people out there who are actively supporting Donald Trump? Do we have people out there? We're going down a rabbit hole. Absolutely. Good morning, Shay. Do we have folks out there who are still supporting the most corrupt, wicked, evil administration known to mankind? And, you know, honestly, if you give them, they should just send them straight to Mars, all right, with Elon in one of those SpaceX rockets, now that I think about it. Anyone out there still supporting Donald J. Trump? Because, you know, what I do over here, not just me, but all the wonderful people who tune in, and they're agents of the truth as far as I'm concerned. These people love this country. I mean, they love America. But what we will not be sitting back idly doing is surrendering this Constitution of ours to the hands of these MAGA demons out here. Okay, so listen up, because I know what they like to do. I did it this weekend again, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, I went to a right-leaning live, and ladies and gentlemen, I delivered so much truth they had to drop me. We'll get into that in just a quick second. So I'll say this because I got to give people a heads up. If you are a deranged Trump supporter, especially one of these black ones out here, Blagga, you might want to leave this show this morning because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable for you. It really is. It really is, honestly, because playtime's over. All right. So if you do not want me to ruin your breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything in between, including the Cheez-Its and Diet Cokes, right? Because I know what you're doing. You might want to leave right now, like I said, because it's going to be so much truth coming out here, and it's going to make you uncomfortable. It's really going to make you feel uncomfortable. All right. And so, you know what you like to do. You like to try to report and stuff like that. You don't need to do all of that. Just leave this live right now, okay? Because I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell the truth. So help me God, all right? But like I said, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time,
They know who they are.
very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. And so with that being said, the doors to the Thunderdome have officially closed. And I won't allow you to make yourselves feel like victims around here. I could care less, honestly, how a Trump supporter feels. I could care less if you're crying. I could care less if you're broke right now. I could care less, honestly, about what you're suffering with right now. Because what I've seen this past weekend is honestly the most evil thing I've ever seen, coming from people who call themselves Christians, from people who call themselves patriots. Okay, now, while we're all doing what we do on the weekend, I mean, boy, oh boy, it's just like it's been, you know, when it rains, it pours. We got the devastating news that President Biden, you know, is really battling a serious health condition. All right, prostate cancer. And instead of these Trump supporters, most of them, just simply saying, all right, enough of it. We've beaten up on Joe Biden so much. All right, we've done a number on him and his family, his son. I mean, what more does Joe Biden got to do for the United States of America before you Trump supporters just cool it? And instead, I'm seeing all these conspiracy theories that you got going on about him and his wife and how they did this and that. And once again, you have no proof. I said, you know what? If Jesus was back here on the earth, you know, the book of Revelations, what would he do? And I said, he would take every single one of you Trump supporters out there, the ones that, especially you who come to the show and listen to what I say every day and you cry. And he would tell you, just like I tell you, you will be judged. Let me say something to you Trump supporters about all the stuff you're saying about Joe Biden. And this is why I say there's a great judgment upon this nation of ours. While you're sitting back here trying to act like Joe Biden did something while he was in the White House hiding, oh, he's too old, this and that. You're sitting in the White House right now with a 78-year-old deranged person named Donald J. Trump, MAGA. And the same thing you're saying about Joe Biden, honestly, you better be prepared to deal with it when it comes to Donald J. Trump, because he's right there fighting the same battle President Biden had to fight in terms of his age. You know it. You could go watch Trump doing these interviews and I go, well, why is he always covering up that hand? Why is he always walking like that? What's going on with all these random things that he just says that make absolutely no sense? And some of them will actually hit play. Either Donald Trump is crazy or there's cognitive issues, one of the two. But MAGA, let me say this to you before I warm up this lake of fire, because somebody has to go to hell for mocking Joe Biden and blaming Jill Biden and all that other stuff you all are doing over there on those right-wing platforms. Let me say this to you. Knock it off, all right? You all need to stop pretending like you all are Christ-like and you're Christians. You are some of the most evil and wicked people I have ever ran across in my life. And for that, I'm going to dedicate this first round of the Lake of Fire to all you Trump supporters out there. Look at what you did to Joe Biden. This man loved his country more than Donald Trump. Look at how many years he served the government. 50 years, probably more years than you've been alive breathing. While you're sitting out here hating on everybody in the country, including the former President Joe Biden. The one that's currently in the White House is battling the same battle. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send him straight to hell. Care less.
Silence, you
But
David.
I'll say this to former President Joe Biden and his family. I do wish you the best, and we hope that you do make a speedy recovery as much as you can, because things like this, it reminds us all how human we all are, and it really is another reminder on why, honestly, you should take advantage of the opportunities that you have while you're still alive, and actually try to be a good person. W. Zeus. I'm not going to even allow, especially this week, MAGA, because there's just so much going on. The moment you try to pivot and start talking about Joe Biden, I'm going to drop you like a bad habit, all right? I'm going to drop him like a bad habit, right? W. Zeus. You got Donald Trump in there. He's 78 years old. Being the president is the most difficult job on the planet. And the president of the United States, let me add that. How is Donald Trump at 78 years old going to navigate the rest of his term? All right. And you don't think that he's going to run up against health issues just like a person at that age will? You don't think the stress of the job is going to actually get to? I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. That's why when I talk about Donald Trump, I like to just keep it on policy. But when you all start going around and targeting Joe Biden and his health like you do, gloves are off. You're not doctors, so stop it. You've never seen his medical records, so stop it, MAGA, and act like you know how to behave, all right? This is some sick stuff. The next thing that I wanted to do is we're going to move right into some other things that just bothered me over this weekend, and it has to do with their dear leader. What he did was he's coming out and he's telling Walmart, and I have to talk about Walmart because 99.9% of you Trump supporters, y'all shop at Walmart. And part of what I do on this show, honestly, is I help Trump supporters understand that they are suffering because of guess who? Their dear leader, W. Zeus. But before I do that, I forgot. Now, Negro, I see you. I forgot. I was supposed to address the live that I was in this weekend. How many of you know who this guy on TikTok is? Tony L. L stands for loser. Yeah, brother, blagger. Q-Dog, you were there. It was him. And there was another lady, but I'll be nice to her because you know what? I get it. She's definitely been manipulated by Donald Trump's lies. And so I'll give her a little bit of a pass. But Tony L., I got to say something to you, champ. I go over to your live, and you should have seen me, ladies and gentlemen. First thing I tell you all to do when you see these blagger out there, just ask them, where is the $5,000 Doge check that Elon promised you, W. Zeus? So I cooked him when I said that because he knows they never ever got that $5,000 check. And I keep telling them, I don't got nothing else to say to y'all except for Zeus, you're joking around. Bring some real facts. So they tried to trip us up on a mathematical equation. And Z-Pac, you were there. 8% of black people voted for Trump this year in 2016. And then in 2024, that's 16. How much of a percentage increase is that? And it's a 100% increase, but it's still a small number. Oh, we got you. Listen, to the 8% to the 16% of you brothers and sisters that support Donald Trump and his lies, once again, do you think that's a flex? You still haven't gotten your $5,000 Doge check, right? So this is what I did, W. Zeus. Tony L started sweating. You should see what he does. He keeps his camera right on him because, he's black, but he tries to look light on him. Zeus, you are just telling us jokes, Zeus. Make it serious. And I said, okay. And then, MOD, she was there. And I said, MOD, and I'm just laying down all this truth. And Zeus, are you saying white people are inherently racist? Yes, MOD, you know that. Zeus, do you think you're tied to white people? Yes, we all are interconnected here in the United States, one of the most diverse countries. Zeus, let me show you what the definition of inherent means. W. So she tried to look up the definition of inherent and just to point out to me the word inherent had the word permanent in the definition. I said, MOD, please stay on topic. White people could be inherently racist. Okay, people could be prejudiced. But the thing is, are you doing the work to actually change to be a better person? All right. And we went back and forth. And I mean, I'm laying the law down on these people. These people are crying. They're crashing out. Q-Dog, you were there. And eventually, you know what they did? They go, Zeus, you're not funny anymore. You're too serious. And then they dropped me. They dropped me. So to Tony L stands for loser. To MOD, mother of nastiness. I actually call her mother of nastiness. You know, I do believe that you all deep down inside, you might be some great people, but unfortunately, you are lost. All right. And I am not one to play with. I do a great job with my show. You try to make fun of the people who come in here and listen to the truth and actually are a part of telling the truth instead of dealing with the reality that, number one, Donald Trump has not given you the $5,000. They tried to lie and say, he never promised us the $5,000. That is a lie straight from hell. That's a lie straight from hell. Everyone knows Elon Musk and Donald Trump were floating around the idea that he would cut y'all a check for $5,000 if he cut the waste, fraud, and abuse in the government. So don't try to backpedal it from it now. Just get your special behinds out there and keep standing next to your mailbox waiting for the golden envelope like I told you to. Number two, I keep telling you, Trump supporters, you have no ability to interpret legal, constitutional law or nothing. You all have been proven to be liars. All right. So what I need for you to do. Oh, home of the brave. You said MOD dog walk me. Come on up here. Home of the brave. Home of the brave. You can't even come up here because you don't even have enough viewers. So home of the brave. Let me ask you a question, home of the brave. And this is what I asked them. Home of the brave. Do you got gas for $1.97 where you're at? This is how you shut Trump supporters up. Home of the brave, do you got gas for $1.97 where you're at, champ? I'll bring you right on up here and I'll issue you a public apology if you can show me that. Does anyone out there know where I can find the gas that Donald Trump has been talking about is $1.97 a gallon? He can't. Hey, home of the brave, you got eggs around where you're at for 38 cents? Because he said that eggs have came down 94%. Do you got anything like that? No, you don't, home of the brave. Hey, home of the brave, has Donald Trump ended the conflicts between Russia and Ukraine, or is Putin still sticking him along? See, home of the brave, I already understand what's going on right now with you. You got what they call cognitive dissonance. You smell Donald Trump's dirty, disgusting diaper, and I get it. You're hooked. And so, home of the brave, what I'll do is this. I'll go ahead and warm up the lake of fire for you because I'm in that kind of a mood this morning. I'll go ahead and warm up the lake of fire for you, home of the brave. You know what? Home of the brave, do me a huge favor. Sit your special behind down. And continue to listen to this special broadcast because you just might learn something. Because obviously you haven't learned anything from those people that I just brought up. You know, the losers on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send them straight to hell. Hear less.
Silence.
Hey.
You MAGA demon.
Hey, home of the brave. Remember this? Hold on.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
W Zeus. See, I know home of the brave ain't feeling this. Remember this, home of the brave. Remember Donald Trump promised you this?
You're going to be so proud of your country if I get in. You're going to be so proud of your president, and I don't care about
Remember
that.
this, home of the brave?
But you are going to be so proud of your country because we're going to turn it around and we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much.
You hear home of the brave in the background clapping still. It's just so funny. You have adults out here who really believe what Donald Trump says. I don't know what he does, but he does a good job manipulating all of you losers. All right. Home of the brave. I want to bring something to the kingdom, and I want to get this on the record. Let me show you how much you're winning.
President Trump, a short time ago, telling Walmart that the company should, I'm quoting now, eat the cost, end quote, of higher tariffs. The comments come after the retail giant said this week that it would raise prices because of Trump's tariffs being too high. Walmart has more than 4,600 stores in the U.S. It's also the biggest private employer in the country.
Okay, so Donald Trump is now telling Walmart to eat the costs. And this is what the Democrats have been telling MAGA since day one. So I thought China was supposed to eat the cost. MAGA, I thought China was going to eat the cost. Now he's telling Walmart, and Walmart is telling him. And guess what we're going to do with that? We're gonna pass it on to your supporters. Yeah. So think about this, MAGA. While they're cramming this bill through Congress that's designed to kick you off of all these social safety net programs, you know, they try to say there's no tax on tips. We'll see. No, they're saying, well, there's no tax on overtime. I thought that was supposed to be in there, right? And all those little perks that you all were supposed to get. No tax on Social Security. That's not going to be in there. Oh, your cost of living just went up 20%, MAGA. And get this. The reason it went up isn't because of President Biden. It went up because of your dear leader. Yeah. So do you really still feel like you're winning? Think about this, MAGA. And now you're coming to the realization that it is you who are actually paying the tariffs. That's why I say to you, Trump supporters, you've gotten yourself into a really nasty situation. And unfortunately, the only way out is if you continue to listen to Big Zeus. You got to continue to listen to Big Zeus. Now, I want to also get something that Donald Trump said. He said it a couple of days ago, but I didn't address it on the show. This has to do with he did this on Fox News. What did he call unadulterated oil? He's talking about something very freaky, and I just wanted to get this on the record to show Donald Trump's cognitive abilities clearly aren't the best.
Weapon. But you said it was close the other day. You said it was close.
I think it's close. I think.
So does that mean that we're going to enrich at any level, like a civilian level?
No, I think they want to make a deal. You know, you say to yourself, they have massive oil, by the way. They have oil that lasts for 300 years. They have a lot of oil. People don't realize they're one of the biggest in the world. And it's very good oil, meaning it's pure, perfect stuff. They don't have to, spend a fortune on gases and energy in order to melt the rock and everything. They have pure, unadulterated, good oil.
Pure, what is he talking about? Pure, unadulterated, good oil. We were talking about Iran, but with all this Diddy stuff going on, MAGA, I just can't help but wonder what he's really talking about. But it shows to us, and it shows the American people that this is what I'm talking about. You can't make fun of Joe Biden and his age while you have this guy talking like this. Oh, Vicky, that's a no, Vicky. You want to come up here, Vicky? Because I was in the middle of saying something, and then you wrote a lie in my chat. Trump has done more than Biden. Vicky, how many bills has Trump passed since he's been in the office, Vicky? Because around this time, I can promise you, Joe Biden had done a lot more, Vicky. So, Vicky, would you like to apologize in my chat for lying, Vicky? Vicky, because what I don't do, Vicky, is I don't believe in shouting over no mess, so to speak, right? You said a lie, and it's time to stop it, Vicky. And if you don't decide to come up here, Vicky, and provide the evidence, judgment is awaiting. I'll give you 3 seconds, Vicky. Okay, Vicky, I'll give you 3 seconds, Vicky. 1, 2, 3. All right, Vicky. So you knew you were lying, huh? You knew you were lying when you said that, right, Vicky? But there's got to be a consequence for those lies. So what I'll do, Vicky, is it doesn't take long to do it, but I'll warm up this lake of fire for you, Vicky. All right, Vicky, please stop lying on TikTok saying Donald Trump. I don't even like calling him president, but stop lying on TikTok saying that this guy right here did more in his first 100 days than President Biden without having any proof. All right, because if you do, I'm going to do what I'm about to do to you again, which is what? Let's go ahead and send Vicky straight to hell. I got more information, Vicky, like I said, Vicky, and to all you Trump supporters, if the way that I'm running this show got you worked up right now and you're not hungry, that's actually a good sign. That means I'm actually speaking to that demon inside of you, and it might be on its way out if you let me do my job. All right. But if you can't handle it, remember, I gave you the warning before the show started.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. I don't want to have to repeat that again. It's actually making it difficult to teach this class this morning. All right, Vicky. Now, what I'll do next, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going back on Blagger real quick. I'm going to go back to Blagger real quick because during this same interview, you all probably have heard it, but I haven't addressed it. Once again, Donald Trump engaged in what we call they like to say the Democrats like to what they call race bait. But I want to know what Donald Trump really meant when he said this. He keeps bringing up the N-word. And we all know the N-word does not mean nuclear. Vicky, that was another lie he convinced you. That's not what the N-word means. You know what the N-word is, and you bet not say it, especially around me. But listen to how Donald Trump low-key dog whistles and gives all of the people who supported him permission to just be racist as far as I'm concerned.
Major nuclear powers, isn't that like a little bit? And they were angry. And the next phase was probably, did you see where it was tit for tat. And it was getting deeper and more missiles. Everyone was stronger, to a point where the next one's going to be, the N-word. You know what the N-word is, right?
Nuclear.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
I figured you'd want to clean that up. No, it's the N-word. That's a very nasty word, right? In a lot of ways. The N-word used in a nuclear sense, that's the worst thing that can happen. And I think they were very close. The hatred was great.
See, so what Donald Trump just did, and I promise you, this is bad. This is terrible for Blagger because y'all got to clean this up. Y'all got to get on here and do what y'all do. The dance, and they call it, you got to dance for Donald Trump and his supporters that walk around promoting racism. They support the Triple K. Y'all got to get up there and dance for them and say, yeah, it's not what it is. It's the nuclear word now, and try to make it look like it ain't what it is. But I promise you, if President Biden would have said anything like this, you same black folks, y'all would have raised hell, whatever hell you thought you could have, because you would have felt like Joe Biden was being racist. So once again, and you know what? These same people, they allow people on TikTok, right? I've heard them. They allow other people on TikTok that aren't even in the community. They allow them to say the N-word all freely, right? Because they have no backbone. They don't have any dignity. They sold it when they decided to vote for Donald Trump, and they voted for Donald Trump. Get this. They did it for free. They thought they were going to get $5,000. They didn't get $5,000. All they did was they played themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire again. To all the black Trump supporters that keep allowing Donald Trump and his supporters to be racist around them, don't bring up anything racist about Joe Biden ever again to me, because first you got to take that beam that's in your eye before you start talking about the splinter that's in my eye out. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send them straight to hell. Easy. I don't care. I really don't care.
Silence! You
Yeah.
MAGA demon!
You see, this is what I do. I expose the hypocrisy within the cult to help them understand that before you could even come over here and start trying to point out stuff that the Democrat Party got going on, and believe you me, I'll be the first to tell you, the Democrat Party got a lot of work to do in terms of cleaning up. I'll be the first one to say that, but you can't convince me that where you're living at is in the lap of luxury. Absolutely not, because you gotta first come up off of that $5,000 that Elon promised us. Until you get the $5,000, W. Zeus, until MAGA gets the Blagger gets that $5,000, zip it, all right? Seriously, because y'all look like some clowns out here. Seriously, and don't try to use that, oh, I don't need $5,000, I'm good. No, you're not. What do I want to talk about next, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to get this on the record. We saw what is his name? Kash Patel. Is his name Kash Patel and Bongino? They go on to Fox News, and I got to get this out there. Now, MAGA believes that Jeffrey E. You know who he was, Epstein. They believe that he did not unalive himself. This was their thing. This is their thing. This is why they've been so hell-bent on getting the Trump administration to release those files. But for some strange reason, we can't get those real files because we all know who would be in those files, the guy behind me, right? We know this is a cover-up. You want to talk about a cover-up. So they go on to Fox News, ladies and gentlemen, and they said something about what happened to Jeffrey that's not sitting too well with MAGA. And so to me, duh, but I'm going to go ahead and hit play on it, and we'll get into the Lake of Fire treatment. Let's go ahead and get this on the record.
Bill coming to Congress.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself.
You want me to get? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
I know it's hard work. But you promoted Steven Jensen.
So, now what, MAGA? You thought Kash and them were going to get in there and take down the deep state, but now you realize they're part of the deep state. Even though you've given them your vote, you're just as bad as Blaga as far as I'm concerned. So you don't got any new information about this. It's the same thing we were hearing under the Biden administration. This happened under the Trump's first term, MAGA. So I'm going to go ahead and warm up the Lake of Fire once again, because example after example, whether it's tariffs, right? Whether it's Donald Trump's age, right? Whether it's this thing with Jeffrey E., whether it's the economy, we keep getting us back to this place where you realize your dear leader hasn't done anything to help you, but he's done a lot of things to harm you, and you have nobody else to blame but yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the Lake of Fire again one last time, and let's go ahead and send these Trump supporters straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA Daily.
All right, W Zeus in the chat. That's what you call cooking and booking. And I had to bring that energy this morning because of all of the stuff that I've heard MAGA say about President Biden this weekend. It's made me very angry. All right, and I think, you know what? We got to push back against these liars, and we cannot allow their spin to win. They like to spin the narrative quite a bit, and we're not going to buy it. What I want is for Trump supporters to wake up and realize that their issue is not with the Democrats. All the witnesses in January 6th, they brought up January 6th on this interview. All the witnesses are Republicans, not Democrats. All right. Every criminal case Donald Trump has had, the witnesses aren't Democrats. These are people within your own camp. All right. So stop blaming the Democrats. All right. Y'all got a serious issue over there. All right. And I don't care if some of you did vote for Barack Obama. I don't really think you knew what you were doing then, and you don't know what you're doing now. W Zeus. All right. Let's go to the box. Let's go to the box right now. We don't got all morning to do this same song. It's the Democrats. Are you joking? Someone said you guys have a serious problem. Someone said that. Betty, you guys have a serious problem. Hey, Betty, won't you send me a guest request? Whoever wants to actually send me a guest request, send one. And hopefully we'll help you get out of the cult this morning. But what I'm not going to do, Betty, honestly, is I'm not going to even try to wrap my mind around what you are trying to say. Because, Betty, newsflash, I just played you who pays the tariff. It's you. Betty, I just gave you the update. Walmart said they're raising their prices. Hey, Betty, do you know anywhere I could get gas for $1.97 or eggs for 38 cents? Betty, if you don't know those things, Betty, then I really am going to need you to just kind of zip it. All right. And continue to allow those of us who want to actually have thoughtful conversations, very informative ones that aren't based on misinformation and hatred. All right. Let us continue to do the work we woke up to do. All right. W Zeus. Betty, do you have anything, Betty, that you know Donald Trump has done that you can actually say in the comment section that you believe is a great thing so far, Betty? Because I know you don't want to come up here and have the serious conversation. Betty, just put it in the chat real quick. I'll give you 5 seconds, all right? Come on, Betty. We don't got all morning. Give me 10K. I'll vote. No. Stick to getting that 5,000 first. See, no. No. Now he's so desperate. He wants money. No. Let me see if this knucklehead will come up here. Cause see, you shouldn't even be asking for any money. You should have did your research on the candidates, and then you should have went and voted, and you wouldn't be in this predicament. I know you need the 10K because your grocery prices and gas prices and the rent and stuff has gone through the roof, and you thought relief was coming, and now you're finding out no, it's not coming. But it's nice to know honestly that $10,000 is all it'll take. This is sad. This is America right now, ladies and gentlemen. Someone said, zip it. All right, come on up here. It's Dav. Come on up here. You said that I'm a beta. And I could just debunk him real quickly. This won't take long. It won't take long. You don't, all right? Good morning.
I shouldn't even be on your stuff because I think I got reported from your stuff one time because you are a soft man.
Okay. Now, where are you from?
Very soft man.
You want me to be hard? You want me to be hard? Hey, ma'am. You want me to be hard?
Before we start,
you want me to be hard? You want me to be hard,
no.
ma'am? So what?
No,
don't get up here.
What's your boyfriend name?
That's none of your business. Who I'm with. Do you even have a boyfriend or anyone that loves you? Do you have anyone that? Do you have anyone that loves you, ma'am? Do you have anyone that loves you, ma'am? Do you have anyone that loves you? The dog don't count. Ma'am, do you, ma'am, your dog doesn't count. Your dog, oh my God, I gotta hit mute for you. I'm asking you, do you have anyone that loves you? Now, the correct answer is obviously no, because you got in here and you ignored all 3 H's, Triple H, honest, humble, handsome. And you're gonna get up here and ask me who my boyfriend is.
Well,
have you lost your mind?
That's all I want to know.
Can you turn your camera on? Turn your camera on. I got to see what you look like before we get into that. Because you're trying to date me. Can you turn your camera on, ma'am? I want to see what you're beautiful, right?
Can you stop?
Are you beautiful? Are you beautiful? Yes or no?
Calm down.
No. Are you beautiful? Please turn your camera on. Let me go ahead and make you bigger on my screen. So, because when people get up here and they start talking about who you're with, how long y'all been together? Well, I can if you just turn on that camera for the American people. Jesus, let's go. Let me go. See, you got me up here doing all.
Can I address y'all properly?
Okay, you can, but listen, if you don't mind, ma'am, could you please turn that camera on?
Can I address y'all properly? Can you tell me his name first?
Who?
Your boyfriend.
I don't have one, but could you turn your camera on?
Come on. We're gonna start out being truthful. Come on.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah. So I've answered your question. I don't have a boyfriend. No. Now, so you want to turn your camera on? Oh, okay. W Zeus. You know, the Bible says resist the devil and the devil will flee from you. And what we just saw, ladies and gentlemen, is a demon who no one loves her. I'm going to be honest, and I'm just going to leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and send their previous guest. All she wanted to know was who is Zeus with? Because obviously she's interested. You know, she's never seen a specimen like myself. She's never seen a man that's so handsome and overwhelmingly charismatic and got this stuff together the way that I do. And so once I let her know, basically, I'm unavailable to you, ma'am, she decided to drop. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Unfortunately, we got to send that MAGA demon where she belongs, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Worrying about me and my love life. Trust me, you. That's new. Zeus, I got to get up in the box and ask you a very important question. What's his name? Who are you talking about? Oh, Okay, I look crazy up here on TikTok. Let me drop back into the comment section. Yeah, that was a good idea. Let's go back to the box. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Do we have anybody else that's actually in their right mind? Because Donald Trump says there's the best and the brightest, and what we're struggling to do, ladies and gentlemen, is it just doesn't seem like when we're talking to MAGA, we're dealing with the best and the brightest. So who is the best and the brightest amongst MAGA right now? Please identify yourself. Put a 1 in the chat, and what we'll do is we'll try to get things started again. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Yeah, even Betty knew that was funny because Betty knows. Thank you, Betty. And you're on the other side of the aisle. But you knew that what she did when she got up in the box and just acted a plum dumb, you know what? You knew that was wild too. Sheesh. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Oh my God, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We got a nice little, we got a rotation. Okay, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Oh, well, we'll do it like this. We'll start off with you. Good morning, Q Dog. Welcome, brother.
What's going on, Zeus?
Not much, obviously people are in their feelings out there.
Yeah, definitely. And it was pure pandemonium, especially this weekend with all these blaggers that was on the panels this weekend with no substance whatsoever. I just don't understand it, bro. They come here, little Larry come up here with that rhetoric. Like, what does that have to do with what we talking about?
Yeah.
Go find your little stud girlfriend and move it on to like a platform. We ain't trying to hear that. Go on somewhere with that.
No.
But I also wanted to address because they didn't want me to come up in that live with Janae over the weekend. They got real scared. Janae, I'm gonna say it to your face and listen real clear. Get you some rubber cement and paste down that little flap that's coming up at the top. Yeah. That busted wig that you got. You want to call me out my name? Come on up here and call me out my name. Talk to me about it. You don't want to talk politics. You want to come up here and you want to say all types of BS in the live or whatnot. You and Tiny Tank Top Tim.
It's really sad. It's childish.
Is this the best y'all got? Like, really?
It's really childish, honestly, right, Q Duck? I mean, we've been through this when we were in elementary school playing these kind of games, and you're going, why are these people so angry? If they won, they won.
Grown folks that want to come on here and act like they in kindergarten. Have that same energy when you go to if you go to your local Congress meetings.
Thank you.
There's plenty of town hall meetings that you can go to and express yourself. No, you want to get on TikTok because that's your comfort zone. That's where you want to be at, where you can say what you want to say and do what you want to do without any consequences. Not one of y'all have said anything about any conferences that you went to, any town hall meetings, none of that.
None.
Going to your local Congress, going to your local Senate, your mayor, your local mayor in your city. Where is all that? Where's that same energy?
I would love for them to show me what they've done, show us their works, but their works, they don't do works of the good, they do work of evil and dark stuff. That's what they do.
Every time we ask you, Bagger, to come up with solid documentation, you come up with fictitious sites that you go to, no documents whatsoever. Oh well, I just believe that. No, we talk on facts, not feelings. Yeah. When are y'all gonna realize that? But of course, someone with a 6th grade education like Dame. He get his little followers that don't have any substance whatsoever and have the nerve to have it live. Like, what was the young lady's name that we were in, Zeus, that you cooked her?
Dame and Dopamine. I have them in my entry level course right now. I do believe in them being rehabilitated. I might be wrong, but yeah, I remember I was there this weekend. I think her name was Dopamine, and she cooked herself so many times. I hate to say it, she did. She was cooking herself, and I said, I don't even want to take the money because that she was saying if you could cook me, you give me, I'll give you some money. I was like, no. I feel bad doing it, but you got to quit this. They got to quit this, right, Q Dog? Because have you known any Trump supporter that got the $5,000?
Not one, not one. But here's the thing, and I'm speaking to all the black folks that are blackers. What you don't realize is the triple Ks and the white T supremacy, they sit back laughing at you.
Yeah.
Y'all are on these panels going back and forth with black folks and brown folks all day long. They sitting back laughing at you. You making their job so much easier where they don't have to do what they normally do. Going out and taking their crosses and putting them in front of your yards and stuff like that, and doing crazy stuff like they did with Dr. Lex, throwing nooses in the yards or whatnot. They laughing at you. And you don't get it. You tiptoeing, tapping for the white tea man that don't give a damn about you. They laughing at you. And they tell you in the background, oh, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. We know that N-word is not nuclear.
Thank you.
You know what it is. But you want to keep playing this song and dance, this same song and dance like you doing a good thing for society and patriotism. That's a word they came up with. When are you going to realize that, blagger? When are you going to sit down and really take precedence over yourself and realize that you are not invited to their table? You're not invited to their party.
Thank you.
Oh,
WQ Dog. WQ Dog. He up here telling somebody out there needs this truth this morning, giving it to him.
They'll tell you that all day long. Oh, yeah, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Man, you see this Ian over here. They really think we support them.
Y'all the biggest joke on TikTok.
I don't believe that. Not at all, buddy. Let them keep doing what they're doing. That makes our job a lot easier. We don't have to be out there in the streets with them. Let them fight amongst themselves. That's wild.
Yeah, and then they be the first ones when there's something real go down in the community. We need to come together and fight this injustice. You know how they get, right? Oh, we need to come together. How we gonna come together with y'all when y'all open the door for this?
I tell you, they think because they're a new generation they can change their minds, bro. It's the same old soup warmed over. This is a different day.
Yeah,
it ain't changed. See, what you got to realize is racism is taught. It's not something that just comes up and it's manifest. No,
Thank you.
It's taught from generations to generations to generations. You ain't gonna change their mind. You're not whatsoever. And if you think you are, you got another thing coming.
Thank you, Q. And I'll just end it with this. If you think you're going to change their minds, you also have to then believe you're going to get the $5,000, right? And every day you don't get that $5,000, it's another reminder that you're not going to change their mind. WQ Dog in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. He cooked them.
It's been 7 months, MAGA, it's been 7 months. Y'all been talking about we gonna get those checks. We ain't heard from Elon Musk in about how many days now.
Elon's long gone.
Because they done told him, yo, you got to do something about this situation with Tesla, or you need to step down. Why do you think
Elon's
he's not
gone.
in the news now? Why do you think Putin is scared for his life right about now?
Wow.
See, what you got to realize, they dealing with real gangsters. Trump is dealing with real gangsters. You thought he was gangster, what he did, that was a show. Just like The Apprentice. He put on a show for y'all. And y'all fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Bingo.
Hook, line, and sinker. You might as well be the little fish in the pond. Come on, let me reel you in. Let me cook you up on this frying pan here right quick. You fell for it.
Yeah.
And now well, give him a little more time. Well, wait a minute, hold on. What's going on here? Okay, wait a minute. Oh man, we done messed up.
Yeah.
It's too late now.
There you go.
Way too late. 7 months in, are you serious?
Nothing.
2 years, what you gonna say? Oh, well, give him a little more time.
not going to work. But listen, Q Dog, we're going to move it on, brother. All right. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Q Dog in the chat. That's my brother right there. He, you know, it's a heck of a play we run on these people. Whether I get him or he get him, it doesn't matter. The whole point is you're going to get hit with the truth. WQ Dog. All right. Thank you, brother. I got to move it along and get up out of here. All righty then. Thank you. Do we have any Trump supporters in the chat that want to come up here real quickly? Because I don't got much time. This show's supposed to only be an hour and a half. All right. So we got about 30 more minutes, I think. And then I'm out of here because you all like to make Big Zeus work really long sometimes. And I enjoy it, but we got other things to do. Put a 1 in the chat. If you are a Trump supporter, and I will bring you right on up here. All right, put a 1 in the chat. I don't got all morning to do this. All right, and please, you don't got to get up here and be mean and nasty like that first lady. I don't even know if she was a lady now that I think about it, but that first demon, you don't got to do that. I've already done all the rope-a-doping and the, But when we're having a conversation, you set that aside and you really try to engage and hopefully have a good and actually informative discussion. All right. But if it needs to go there, I promise you'll lose because I'm Big Zeus. I'm Big Zeus. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and I'll bring you right on up here. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. This is easy work. Easy. 2 minutes max. I promise he won't last. Hi, Ken. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
All right, man. Just out here trying to make $1 out of 15 cents, man. Let me ask you something, brother. Let me ask you something, man. You got that $5,000 that Trump was talking about? You got that?
Not yet, but it's coming.
Oh, okay. Dang, man.
It's coming, though. It's coming. Everything else has said has come to pass. Everything from the deals with China, we're making deals with India too.
So let me ask you something. Did that deal that y'all got? Did it go through Congress yet?
It don't matter. Trump controls Congress.
So it didn't go through yet.
And Trump controls Congress. He tells them what to do.
Man. Yeah. It's like every time I'm asking you for it, man, you been promising me this stuff, and then I ask you, man, it ain't here, man. What's going on?
I'm just like, it's coming. Though. We signed the deal, and Trump controls Congress.
But I hear all that, man. When we getting our money?
Oh, it's coming. And then when they pass the big beautiful bill this week,
man,
I would if I were Trump, I would call it.
Man, quit using all them big words.
I would call it.
Give us the money, man. We out here hurting, man.
If I were Trump, I would call it the big beautiful black bill. Because it's gonna help black people rise up.
That man, listen. How many days he been in the White House?
It don't matter. I mean, I'm looking for
over 100, man.
I can't wait.
When are we gonna get our money that he promised, man? I went out there and vote, man. I'm fighting with my mama, my brother, my sister, man. I told them all this money. When are we gonna get it, man?
Why do you give me the black voice?
Man, because you know what goes on out here, just like I do.
You give the whites the white voice. Why can't I get the white voice?
So you ain't got it, huh? Now you want to do all that racism and that DEI, man. Kid, I'm starting to think you playing with me, man. I'm starting to think you think this is a game.
Why get the jive turkey voice?
I'm starting to think you think this is a game.
This is the problem I had with DEI. When I was to get hired, the management would give me the black voice too, and it was discriminatory.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's all you can understand.
No,
so we gotta.
I'm a graduate though.
Ken, stop. Ken, we've already had this conversation. You didn't graduate in any STEM related areas. All right. You did a political science tour. You probably went there and said, just show me the department. And they said, okay, we'll show you the department. And you think you graduated. But let's be honest, bro. What we just got done talking about, you didn't have it for me. None of the stuff that you've been promising us, you don't got it.
Yeah, the no tax on everything, that's in the bill.
All right, Ken. So like I said, it took 2 minutes to do this, and I've already done it. I gave you the jive turkey version, as you called it. But even then, we're at the same point we've been since this whole thing began. Honestly, Ken, you were doing a lot better under Joe Biden, and you just don't want to admit it.
He was diminished.
It doesn't matter.
Do you know?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Joe Biden was in a wheelchair, bro. You were doing a lot better under him.
They were going to put him in a wheelchair.
I can tell you this: when Trump left, you weren't doing. When Trump left, listen, Ken. When Trump left, when Trump left, you weren't doing that good because we were in the middle of a
doing
pandemic.
that well. Doing that well.
Yeah.
That well.
Right.
Are you still talking in jive?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still in character?
Yeah. I mean, I'm whatever you are. You weren't doing that well. Ken, I'm going to have to mute you. Ken, so Ken can't handle being black. So what I'll do is this, Ken. Since you can't handle being black, I'm going to relieve you of it, all right? Any last words? Because I've already destroyed you. I've given it to you so many different ways. There's so many different styles to this kung fu that I'm displaying.
Hey, you gotta say pause. You gotta say pause.
Okay. Yeah, you want me to pause? All right. Well, listen. We have another black Trump supporter up here. No $5,000. You know where I could get gas for $1.97?
Yeah, I do. It's right around the corner.
Where?
Right around the corner.
Give me the name and the address.
I think it's 196 right now.
Give me the name and the address.
I'm not going to say they might raise the price right there.
Okay. So what about the eggs? You got any ways I could get eggs for 38 cents?
Oh yeah, they're real cheap now.
Okay.
Especially the brown eggs are real cheap.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call somebody that's stuck in the delusion. Let's go ahead and send Ken where he came from, back to hell. Thank you, Ken.
Silence, you MAGA.
See, Ken, they say be careful when you're arguing with a fool, because from a distance you can't tell who's who. And that was a good example. Unfortunately, Ken, the exercise was simply tell us whether you got it or you don't. And if you don't got it, you got to go back to where you came from, which is hell. W. Zeus. I don't know why they get up here and are hell-bent on embarrassing themselves like that. It makes absolutely no sense. Sheesh. Good morning, Nutty. Welcome to the show. Are you there, Nutty? It looks like your connection is struggling. How are you doing, Nutty?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just cooking and booking, obviously sifting through all the dirt out there. I'm looking for the best and the brightest amongst MAGA, and we're not really seeing a lot.
Well, so before you want to go ahead and give them my disclaimer, please, and thank you.
What is your disclaimer? I didn't know I had to do that.
Yeah, I told you from now on, you might as well just give a disclaimer before I come up. So, TikTok, this is for educational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. So, first of all, I'd like to say my heart goes out to the Biden family, specifically former President Biden. One thing we're going to notice here, Zeus, we're going to notice throughout these streets, because we've already seen it.
Yeah.
Where fake doctors, we're not talking about Dr. Keisha, because we know Dr. Keisha had matriculated from medical school and all of those things.
Correct.
Fake doctors, they're going to come in and they're going to diagnose Joe Biden yet again. They're going to tell us that he had this cancer 18 years ago and, we covered it up, blah, blah, blah. We're going to hear all the things. But my heart goes out to former President Biden. Doesn't, this is stage 4, so that means it's incurable. But, God is still in control.
Yeah.
And I'll end at that. Secondly, I have to push back on you. Because Ken said that he did not receive his $5,000 dose check. Mm-hmm. Ken, you are correct, sir, when he said it's coming. And Ken, I have great news for you. Your check is coming today.
Oh.
Is Ken possibly still in the comments somewhere?
Ken Nutty says that I stand corrected.
I have good source on this, so I want to give him the news.
I stand corrected. Ken, are you there? Maybe he went to the mailbox and he's waiting for it. But carry on. But Ken, if you're there, please.
Well, so I wanted to give him the news in person, but Ken, Cash App me. Send me your Cash App. I didn't mean Cash App me.
Oh.
Send me your Cash App, your Venmo, whatever you need. I will send you the $5,000 to get the hell out of the United States.
Oh,
I will.
That's a lot of money. He's never seen that kind of money in his life.
I will send him the $5,000 today.
Hey Ken, I got an offer.
He's got to kick rocks.
Ken, I got an offer you can't refuse. Ken, come on up here, brother.
Those are the terms. He's got to kick rocks, because I'm sick of people like Ken being Django Unchained up in these comments, up in these TikTok streets. He's who I'm talking about on Django.
Yeah.
What was his name? Seth? Was it Seth on Django?
I don't know exactly, but you talking about Samuel Jackson?
Yeah.
I forget what his name was, but I know the character. I know the face.
Yeah. I'm just tired of it. So I want to get a little bit more serious now. So Elon Musk, and I'm putting 100% blame on Elon Musk. He's to blame for the loss of 27 lives over the weekend. Over the weekend, we had tornadoes hit in Missouri, specifically St. Louis.
True.
And also in Kentucky, where that's up to 30 lives now. He's responsible for those lives being lost because of the cuts that he and Doge did to the National Weather Service. See, MAGA, here's the important thing that you need to know.
Oklahoma also,
These cuts that were, number one, unconstitutional because he didn't have the authority to make these cuts. These cuts cost American lives because of the early warning systems, the sirens that you hear.
Yeah.
I'm in the Midwest. I grew up in the Midwest. We're used to hearing tornado sirens. So Zeus, you're on the West Coast. I don't think you guys are used to hearing those sirens there.
No, but there was a tornado last year, which is weird. There was a tornado out here, but to your point, not like y'all have them out there.
Yeah, so the reduction to weather balloon launches and layoffs of hundreds of employees to the NOAA, which is I think it's called the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. I always get the acronym confused. So I blame Elon. Where the buck stops with the president, I blame Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is continuing on his path that we saw with the Corona beer, with the Corona.
Yeah.
He's continuing on that path because when he was in the White House the first term, we lost lives because of Donald Trump. And we're losing lives today because of Donald Trump. When are you going to stop supporting this buffoonery? Now, Zeus, you did a video and you posted it to one of your accounts. I don't know which one it was, but you did a video that I watched where Donald Trump was talking about I'm going to use the incorrect term, but no, he said there was no more wooing.
Oh yeah,
no more wooing.
Yeah, when he went to the Middle East. Yeah.
While he was in Qatar.
Yeah.
That should make your red flags go up, MAGA. He's saying the quiet parts out loud.
Bribery.
He's calling for, hey, anybody else want to come give me a better offer? That's what he said without saying those exact words. Anyone else want to come give me a better offer? You'd also did a video, Zeus, where the former vice president blasted Donald Trump and even told y'all, MAGA, because listen,
Mike Pence, he's talking Mike Pence.
Yes, y'all supported Mike Pence until he started telling the truth and saying Donald Trump was wrong. That's when y'all stopped supporting him. That's when he became the rhino, when he started telling the truth. But he even came out and said constitutionally taking this $400 million plane was wrong. Now, if he also said, if you want to give the United States $400 million, fine, that's fine. But put it in, because we have military bases over there in Qatar. Put it towards that. But you cannot give a present to the man. And that's what you're trying to do. So I'm trying to be good today, Zeus.
You're
trying to be good today, Zeus.
You're doing an outstanding job laying it down for MAGA to pick up. Honestly, it's probably one of your best performances because you normally come in here all over the place. So I'll give you the points.
Well, I guess I'm kind of feeling sort of not defeated, but my heart really goes out to Joe Biden. I'm gonna just be real. You know, that was a blow hearing the news over the weekend, because Joe Biden, for all of the things that the man has tried to do for the nation over the 50 years in politics, becoming the youngest senators in the 1970s.
Amen.
You may not agree with his politics, and that is fine. That is 100% okay. But what you cannot claim is that he doesn't love the United States of America. You can't say that.
Can't say it.
I can say that with your guy, because you wanted to female dog, because I got to keep it clean, because Zeus is gonna give me the rawr sound.
Yeah,
I got to keep it clean. You wanted to itch, moan, and complain about Hunter Biden making money because his dad was the vice president, but yet you showed no proof Joe Biden was profiting off of any money that Hunter made. You did investigation after investigation. Still no proof. With the Republican Congress, still no proof. You wanted to complain about that, but yet we have a president and his family that we can show you proof that's continuing to profit as we speak. And you say, oh no, that's okay. He's not doing anything wrong.
Shame.
Joe Biden served this nation. Joe Biden was an exemplary employee of ours because he worked for us. Just like this tyrant in the White House now is supposed to work for us, but there's no accountability for him, so he thinks he's working for himself. So
shame on MAGA for this. Shame on you.
Is that diseased vermin known as Kenneth? Is he back in your box yet?
I haven't seen him. Kenneth has disappeared. I think I hurt his feelings for the week, so he won't be back for a while. He knows he's cooked. Kenneth, he's learned his lesson.
Well, I doubt he's learned his lesson, but here we are.
Yeah.
So if he does come back, I'm gonna be in the comments. If he does come back,
all right, I'll try to make something happen.
Put me up. I'm gonna offer him, and I'm being serious. I will cash app him, Venmo. I will transfer funds. I will do whatever he needs me to do. But you're gonna sign that contract first that you're gonna kick rocks.
W Nutty. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
I was born at night. It just wasn't last night.
Amen. And I'll help connect those dots, ladies and gentlemen. W Nutty. Thank you, brother. So Kenneth, if you're there, I want to try to help you, all right? And I will respectfully get you up here and help you and Nutty connect, and so that we can help you get to Russia, and hopefully we'll never have to see you again, all right? W Zeus. Do we have any Trump supporters out there? Please identify yourself. Mary Bell, I think you're here. I know it's your birthday today, so we'll probably have to sing happy birthday. I just remembered it's your birthday this morning, Maribella. Your nephew said it's your birthday. You know, JTA Creations. He does all these awesome videos. Be on the lookout for those videos, all right? Because he's turning Zeus into a wrestling character, and you should see some of these characters. Tiny Tank Top Tim, wait until you see what I do to you. Snuggie, wait till you see what I do to you. W Zeus. Where are the Trump supporters at that want to get up here and defend their dear leader? Because we only do this show an hour and a half every day. Hi, the beautiful Yazzie. Yes, the beautiful Yazzie. So they don't want to come up here and get dealt with. I understand. It's better that they just sit around on TikTok and cry and complain. Joe has to drop out of 2 elections before the plagiarism and lying about his education. Patrick, I have no clue what you're talking about, champ, but you're more than welcome to come up here and try to explain. Oh, know what? I can't even bring you up here, Patrick. You don't have the ability to actually get in the guest request. So I assume, Patrick, that was an outburst, perhaps. Patrick, do us all a huge favor and just zip it, bro. Zip it. Oh, Dino, a thought popped into Dino's head, and he said, let me put in the chat, are you waiting for your reparation checks? Dino, what the heck are you talking about? What are you talking about, reparation checks? Who said anything about a reparation check? So what that tells me, Dino, is that you woke up and decided to be racist this morning, huh? And you didn't think I'd detect that, Dino. You know what I'm going to do for you, Dino? I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to warm up the lake of fire. This goes right there. This goes right there with Trump talking about the N-word. All right, now Dino wants to talk about reparation checks. And I honestly think this is why Dino doesn't like the Democrat Party, because at least we are having the conversation over there. You're not having it, but you're afraid to see black people get reparations. I think that's what you're saying. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Dino straight to hell. W Zeus, Alter Ego. I see what you're doing, bro. Keep it up. You gotta keep it going, though, Alter Ego. You can't just do it one time, Alter Ego. Keep it going the whole show if you don't mind. Betty, please. Come on, Betty. Knock it off. What you want me to warm up, Betty? What you want me to warm up? Trust me, you can lay there all you want to, Betty, but you're gonna have to lay there and burn like the rest of them. But I'm not warming up anything for you. Y'all see Betty trying to get at me? Betty, come on, I'm unavailable. Knock it off. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you right on up here. All right, we don't got all morning to do this same thing every day. Good morning, the beautiful Shay. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm trying my best, be in good spirits. But there's just so much going on right now, and these folks are just losing it. They have nothing to offer the American people.
They really don't, and it's weird because I've got a question for gay MAGA. Like, there's people on in the LGBTQIA community that are conservatives, right, and voted for Trump. They're very proud on this app, right?
Yeah, I've seen them.
We've all seen them, and like I've said this 1,000 times. Do you, boo? Like, vote how you want to vote. But you've got to look at yourself and say, when you see your fellow, people that think your way and vote your way, and they come up here and they think it's an insult, right? Obviously, right?
Yeah.
And asking you if you have a boyfriend.
Oh, she did. You're talking about that demon that got in the box this morning.
That you first had up, yeah.
She's disappeared. Yeah, where did she go?
Yeah, where did she go? And I'm like, is that supposed to be an insult if Zeus was gay? Like,
yeah,
where are we going with this? So that's
yeah.
So when I often debate with MAGA, and we talk about, why would you be, gay and or a person of color voting on the conservative side these days specifically, right? Because that party has gone full alt-right, has gone full almost white supremacy and protecting, whites and the power in that, and gone full Project 2025, right? Which is getting rid of any advancements the black community has ever made. That's obvious. Taking us back 50 years. We've been warning you about MAGA and what that means historically. And shoving everything underneath: women's rights, gay rights, black rights, everyone, right? Yeah. Marginalized communities. Oh, nope, you've been gaining too much progress. We're not going to have it. We're going to put you back. So I just wondering if there is a gay conservative here that would like to address, how do you feel about seeing someone up here coming up and mocking a person that could be gay?
Yeah.
Right? Now, we all know Zeus isn't gay, but if he was, that doesn't matter to any of us. So I don't know. That was the thing that I was like, what in the world? Like, come on.
But that,
call yourself a decent person.
This means this is what she's been, or, whoever this person was, that's what they've been obsessing over.
Yeah.
When they come into this show, is who I'm doing what with. And you just got to say, why are you so into that freaky stuff?
Right? It's this weird. Why do y'all worry about what's in people's pants and what they do in their bedroom and what women do with their uteruses? It's like, but you guys sit here and talk about that you want small government.
Mm-hmm.
You want government out of your lives. Don't take my GUNSs. Don't do this. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
It's this thing. But yet it's okay for y'all to be doing it. It's weird to me that you want to politically annihilate any progress that we've made, and then and just going back in time, and then none of it makes sense. It doesn't make sense. You're okay with the government telling women, or using a woman like Adriana Smith's body as an incubator. Like, you're okay with that. That's
Sick.
law forcing a family and not giving them the chance when this baby is not viable. He's not viable.
Yeah.
You're lucky to be able to see, walk, talk, and or survive. They don't think he even has a survival chance. So, but then you're going to strap the family with millions of dollars in medical bills? But you guys are sitting there going, my 2A, you can't tell me which kind of 2A gun I'm going to have. Like, come on. Do y'all see the hypocrisy at all in any of this?
I wish.
That's what I want to ask them. Like,
I wish we could get one of those demons to come out of the dark and come into the light this morning and actually give us some answers. But you know what it is? They hear us talking and they fear it. They fear the conversations we're having because it's going to reveal who they really are deep down inside, which is a bunch of miserable people, a bunch of liars, cult members, and wickedness. Just it's going to expose it all, and they don't want us to see it, but we already see it, right? Shay W. Shay in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We already see it.
But you know what I mean? It is your right to do it. The problem I have is when you guys are sitting there taking away rights, you're okay with the rights, and all this nasty discussion about illegal immigrants and all this stuff that you do. And I don't see how you don't see how hateful you are and how ridiculous you are. And I'm not saying our side is perfect and the stuff that sometimes goes on with this side. And I get that. So I'm not saying you're voting with, because I'm not voting with everyone. You know what I mean? Like, but I do know that my side at least has great intentions of taking care of people, protecting people. And that's why I vote on the left.
Yep.
It's not that I think every policy is awesome, that every leader is awesome. I'm aware we've got problems on both sides.
Me too.
Yeah, there's bad stuff on both sides.
Yeah.
But like I said, I vote left after I woke up from being raised a conservative and realized all I'm being taught is hate over and over and over.
Thank you.
Otherisms.
Thank you.
Hate.
Thank you. That's really what you're being taught. Right?
It is.
You know what?
No, it
I mean,
is.
let's give you an example. Let me give you an example of what you probably what we're dealing with right now. Now, we wake up this morning and what is he going off about this morning? Kamala Harris, Bruce Springsteen's, right? You hear about this?
I was about to bring that
Oprah,
up.
Beyonce. Why is he going after artists?
Because they don't support him and he hates that he's stuck with Kid Rock and Kanye West. I mean, let's be serious. Look who shows up to perform for him. He's just mad that these people hate him and they have billions of followers around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Springsteen sold 140 million albums. This is a man that's loved around the world, and so now all of a sudden the guy that's most famous hit is Born in the USA is now your enemy because he spoke out against authoritarianism, and you took that and now you got it. Now, okay, so here's the other question I'd love, if you get someone up to answer. So are you okay? And so he called him an authoritarian, right?
Yeah.
And so he's all mad, and so what is he saying? I'm going to investigate him for calling me an authoritarian. What do authoritarians do to silence
investigate, do what
enemies?
What he's about to do, what he's going to do. So he's once again showing who he really is to us. And how much of the taxpayers' money is this going to cost?
Exactly.
That's all I could think about whenever he starts launching these crazy investigations. How does this benefit us? How does it lower our gas prices again? How does this?
Yeah,
Didn't he win the election already? Why is this even something he's concerned about? He's clearly, and this is when I get to the point where I go, either he's crazy or there's something wrong with him mentally.
Oh no, he's definitely deranged. I mean, there is no doubt about
Probably
it.
both,
he's
right?
A classic narcissist, right? He's a classic narcissist.
Yeah,
So he is.
Yeah.
He cannot. He's very thin-skinned. I tell you what, every time we would just go, Hillary Clinton was right about everything.
Yep.
She was, because she's known him. She's been friends with him and had private dinners with him and discussions with him. She knew exactly who this man was. He's thin-skinned. He can't handle the office. you're going to get ridiculed. You're going to be ripped up and down and called names and made fun of and mocked and lied about. That is the deal in the business of the President of the United States. And if he's okay with people mocking Joe Biden and calling him old and decrepit and senile and sleepy, he does all that.
Yeah.
But he can't take people making fun of him.
Come on,
or
man.
even just saying the truth and then called you an authoritarian. And what does your butt turn around and do? Well, you don't get a First Amendment right. How dare you speak about the President of the United States like that? I'm going to investigate you.
Shame.
Y'all, that is authoritarianism. Or, hey, what's the other word that you guys hate that we use? Fascism.
Oh, W. Shay. Go ahead landing those planes on them. You land so many planes. Well, listen up.
I would love for anybody to come up and drop down my wonderful friend.
Okay.
We love you whether you're gay or straight. We don't care. Just remember that.
Yeah, it's just skin. That's why I tell her, like, what are you worried about this for? I mean, clearly, when people come up there and they say that, I really do think she's dealing with that issue personally, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she's coming to us to see how we deal with this so she can try to build up the courage to deal with it, because she looks up to us at the end of the day. I really do think that's where it came from. But it's misplaced aggression, to be honest, all right? But thank you so much, Shay. I really
love you guys. But I'd love for someone to come up and answer those questions anyway.
All right.
Just saying. All right. Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my God. Thank you for the gifts. Lord of mercy.
You have a lot of people who love you, Shay. This is what it's all about. We get out here and we tell the truth.
I love you back, everyone.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Love you too.
Have a
Bye
great
bye.
day.
Ladies and
Bye.
the beautiful Shay. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have any Trump supporters real quick? I'm already at the limit. I mean, you know what I've done, ladies and gentlemen. Tara, you know what I've done? I just hit the gas this morning and I just decided to just go ahead and deliver so much truth to these Trump supporters. I really do think they're in a world of trouble right now. And it's really because they don't have really anything to brag about. They don't have much to hang their hats on other than conspiracy theories. Other than that, it's coming is all you're going to hear. It's in the works. Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to. And everything that he's been promising you has came back. Actually, it's not helping you. It's harming you. Like we just covered the tariffs. All right. Walmart raising their prices. Everybody knows that hurts you as a person who's trying to, save up money and do things in life. Right. When the costs go up, life gets harder. W. Zeus. Let's see. Someone wrote, give it time. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter real quickly. We don't got all morning to do this. All right. And this is why I say, this is why I do what I do, because unlike them, I go over into their spaces and have difficult conversations, despite the fact that they don't want to really have engaging conversations. But they don't like to come over here and actually come into the light and really explain to us why they are doing wrong. All right. But you know what I mean? You know what it means is it means that the Democrats, and those of you who are actually listening, because not everybody that tunes in is honestly a Democrat. I think most of us are just regular people who love our country. It's proof positive that they know they're not the majority, they're the minority. And shout out to Romania. Did you all hear about what happened in Romania? The candidate that was aligned with Trump lost, and it's because democracies all over the world, they're deciding we're done with Trumpism. We want nothing to do with it, and MAGA knows this. This is why MAGA is stuck right to do with it, and MAGA knows this. This is why MAGA is stuck right now, and all they have is conspiracies. And so what we'll continue to do is keep telling the truth. I really do believe it's conversations like this that are helping to wake up the masses and get them to see that, you know what, there is a different way forward. Maybe the Democrats didn't have it right last time, but the way we're going now isn't the right way. All right, who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Candace, good morning, Candace. How are you doing? Uh-oh, I see 2 people. Uh-oh, hold on. I thought Frank didn't come up, so I brought Candace up. Frank going once, going twice. Frank, Candace, both of you, it's not working. I don't know what's going on. I think TikTok might be glitching. Let's bring up the next one. Good morning. Who do we got? G-Man. MAGA Queen, please relax. Good morning, G-Man. How are you doing?
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right.
I'll make it quick. I saw you on that live on the weekend.
Okay.
It's mind-boggling, the people that vote against the interest, regardless of when our own peers. It's mind-boggling. I have somebody say they want to receive $5,000 at work. I was arguing. You better check your sources, be sure they're legit. They were arguing. They didn't think they guarantee. I said, no, man. You don't believe everything when it come out of their mouth. You got to do your research. Okay, let's leave it like that.
Yeah.
Now, my condolences with President Biden. The situation is on health. Now, how did these Billy Bobs was getting on our Biden, they're called karma and all that, but at the same time, they used a fake energy and they put 8647. So the hypocrisy on the right is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Now, I just find out because I live in Georgia. I live in Georgia. We heard that ladies in the incubator for life support against their family wishes.
Yeah.
Right? And that's inappropriate. And I hate it. The people you put your religious belief to other people that totally disagree with you because I totally, I prefer ladies have to have an AB regardless of personal medical. It's none of my business if they want to make the decision.
Yeah.
But it's the consequences what you vote for that. And there were several unaliving should be prevented here in Georgia. So I want to ask people that follow here that it's like medical field science. Now I did a stitch with this Billy Bob.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that women are incubators. And his mental
He thinks women are incubators. Wow.
Yes, they think because we in check, something.
I know what you. I know what you're talking about, but that's crazy to think that.
That's a Billy Bob for you. But anyway, they said, well, let's say one is two, because to keep lady alive. And I said to I did a stitch and said, I bet you this is Billy Bob, and people think like him. Ask somebody in the medical field of science better than you. Yeah, you want to keep the paper because that paper's going to come out to form.
Yeah.
A lot of deformity is going to suffer rest of his life. And who's going to pay for it, for the deformity? Us do. You don't have to put somebody, it's not their fault, gave birth because you put your religious belief.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, enough.
Yeah, enough.
And, enough. So, and also what happened at Palm Springs, California, that T attack, some fucking got called for. Somebody been aliving because you had some belief is kind of off the charts and all that. But
it just tells you that there's a lot of crazy people out here. But you got to be vigilant when you're dealing with people because a lot of people don't understand the information that they believe isn't really true.
So I might do the live later today.
Okay.
I want to bring about that little situation in Georgia, and I like to see the women point of view, especially somebody's had science and medical field, what the outcome they would quote keep the baby alive, even though the ladies is in brain dead and all this is suffering and all that. So I get tired of these selfish some of the guns that think they know everything, don't know what the hole in the ground. It's as frustrating as a heterosexual male. They don't represent us.
Nope.
I had empathy for other people don't know that. He just don't care, maybe because he doesn't get a woman, and it doesn't affect it because he's a male. But still, treat those like you want to be treated. So I know you already got out here. It's after 11 o'clock here.
I know.
So
Can you believe it?
Got a tight schedule. I'm gonna let you go. I want everybody be careful out there. Watch your surroundings. People that nutted up with stupid things. Life is too short. And peace. Thank you for your time, my man. Thank you.
All right. WG man. No lies detected. All right, we're rounding a very serious corner. Oh my goodness. All right, we're rounding a very serious corner. Oh my goodness, we're rounding a very, very serious corner. Good morning. Who do we have? Maribella. All right. Good morning. We've reached it. It's your birthday. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm gonna turn on my camera if that's okay with you.
No, you turned it on. We can turn it on. All right. We got to, I caught you, I got to celebrate your birthday this morning. Welcome. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. We have another Kingdom birthday. But before we'll do that, I got to talk to you. We've covered a lot of things this morning.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
And you're looking mighty gorgeous. All right. Look at that. Look at that. Woo wee.
Hi to everybody. The Reiki vibes.
Yes, yes, yes. See, this is why I say it's an honor and it's a pleasure to have you up here. All right, but is there anything that we've covered today that you might want to speak to, or maybe something else going on? Because it's your birthday, all right? So we're gonna party like it's your birthday, W Zeus.
First and foremost, thank you to the most handsome Zeus. I don't think I heard you this morning saying that. The triple.
I think I did.
But the most handsome.
There you go. And you know Nutty can't stand it, but you gotta keep doing it like that because they gotta learn. He has to learn.
Here's the other thing that's very, very important. First and foremost, positive healing vibes to the Biden family. That was horrible news to get over the weekend. I didn't even realize,
Yeah.
Just awful. Because we know what happens.
Yeah.
In the end. And I do not wish that type of thing on anyone.
Not at all. Not at all.
It's not deserving, especially since he has served this country for so long and has experienced so many things, losing children, losing his first wife and daughter in that accident. And, it's upsetting how people talk about politicians without any respect or regard for anything that they do.
Yeah.
Because they're not the ones who's up there doing the work. It's easier to do it behind a typewriter, whatever. But I do want to say this because you guys were talking, right, earlier. I think it was Nutty. I wrote down, because he was like, I don't understand why, right? And I put down, as he was talking, it is like an abusive relationship. You believe him every time he buys you flowers. That things will get better, and they won't. It's just a form of control. And anybody who's experienced being abused in a narcissistic relationship knows this is the playbook of what happens in these type of relationships. Especially like after I did that whole Jim Jones thing. You think about the Jim Jones era and everything that was going on during that time. It was in their face. The racism, the segregation, everything was in their face. So they couldn't turn around and say, well, Father Jones or Reverend Jones, this wasn't happening. It was happening. And he was their savior. He behaved as he was their savior because he went to churches early on in his life as a child. He saw the way people reacted to the reverends at the podium. He practiced, he monitored. You understand what I'm saying? He did all these things so that when he grew up, it was easy for him to fool his flock. And when he started to lose control, he took them to Jonestown with every intention of what he knew he was going to do. There is a clip of him showing the people how everybody's building, showing the icebox, and he's saying, here is the Kool-Aid. He knew what he was going to do because Jim Jones was never a good person in the first place. And this is the same playbook all of the time. This is the same thing. Here, the army talk, I just want to say this really quick.
You're doing an excellent job showing the parallels between the Trump administration, so to speak, and Jim Jones. I mean, thank you, honestly, because they need to hear this.
The fascists promise everything to everyone. They would make the poor rich and the rich richer. To the farmers, the fascists promised land through elimination of large estates. To the workers, they promised elimination of unemployment, jobs for all, high wages. Does any of this sound familiar right now?
Ding, 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 ding.
To the small business, and I'm a small business owner. To the small business, they promised more customers and profits through elimination of large business enterprises. To big business men and the industrialists, they secretly promise great industrialists they secretly promise greater security and profits through the elimination of small business competitors and trade unions and the crushing of socialists and communists. To the whole nation, they promise glory and wealth by conquest, tariffs. They asserted it was their right as a superior people to rule the world. If nobody understands what this was written in March 1945, please look it up. Army Talk Orientation Fact Sheet number 64.
Wow. Thank you. Yes. W in the chat for Maribel. Wow. So ultimately what we're getting at is this is the same playbook that is being used with MAGA by their dear leader.
Yes.
All these promises, did any of the promises they were promising then, did those ever actually materialize, or was it always similar to what we're hearing? It's coming. It's coming. You know what I mean? Because that's what they always, it never actually happened.
No, because it even says it at some point. It says it in here at some point. They know the the people. And if you think about every cult leader, they had that one thing that they would lure the people. And then they would make those people lure other people.
It's like a Ponzi scheme. You know, I've seen businesses that work like that. You know, you go out, you get 10 more and you get this much money, right?
Right. Multi-level marketing.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. The Ponzi scheme. We all know, we know what it is.
Oh, Trump University.
You'll be the smartest person in the planet if you just give me all that you have. One of those kind of things, right?
Take these courses. It's only $1,500, but those $1,500 you're going to invest. You're going to make millions. Oh, but wait. After you invest this $1,500, you have to take these other course that's only $3,500, and you're going to make millions.
And then what if you give me a little more? I might invite you to Mar-a-Lago, and you be able to eat like a king with me and Melania and my kids, that kind of stuff. You got to give me extra $30,000. You know the schemes, right? Oh my God, Maribel, thank you so much. So you've blown the top off of the cult, and now it's really up to them if they want to walk out. What do you think it'll take for these people? Some of them, because we know not all of them are going to be able to walk away. Unfortunately, right?
Unfortunately, no, because you know what? I look at it like this, Zeus. You and I, we both understand New Rock City.
Yeah.
Right? We both understand. Well, I can only speak for myself. That there is a level of fear that the brain plays on you. That's why they call it the disease of addiction. That's why you go and make meetings so that you can insert positive messages and so that you can acquire these positive messages.
Yeah.
Believe that through active participation of your life, you can change these behaviors, but you have to put in the effort.
Yeah.
It's not easy. You know, next month, I'm going to have 34 years.
I get it. W's in the chat. You've been fighting it for a while, but I appreciate the fact that you're willing to actually.
Every day it gets easier. You just have to believe that you don't need a person like this man thinking that he is going to save you. There is no man living on this earth that is going to save you. Higher power.
Thank you. We trying to tell them.
Your personal relationship. Sorry to be. I'm like.
No, because that's if they don't take anything from us today, I think that's a very solid point to make. There's no man on this planet, MAGA, that's going to save you. Right. So knock it off. We know it, and if you didn't know it before today, now you know it. W Maribel in the chat. Now listen, I'm looking at the time, and I gotta keep moving. We gotta sing happy birthday to you, all right? You got a little extra time on you?
I do. I don't go to work for 45 minutes. So
Okay. Well, then, so this is excellent, ladies and gentlemen. We got another kingdom in the month of May. It's, to me, I went 3 or 4 months. There's like no birthdays ever since Trump got inaugurated. If I forgot to do it, then I forgot to do it. I'm so sorry. But it seems like May has just been a busy month, hasn't it? I mean, what the heck?
It has been. And Zeus, I want to say one more thing.
Oh, go for it.
The movement. I know that you've been seeing it. The People's Sick Day. Everybody has to get involved. It costs you nothing. We are taking collectively 3 days off. If you can't do 1 to 3 days, do the last day. Everybody take a day off. Do not buy anything. Do not support any of these businesses. If France was able to do it, we can do it. It's time for us to take our power back. Take a day off and join our cause.
And you got to list the days. What days?
We don't know yet. See, that's the thing. It is a secret. We are not letting anybody know. It is a secret. We have like a Discord, but
okay.
Yeah, secret. It's a secret for the corporations and the businesses that we all work for.
Fair enough.
If you work for Amazon, Amazon doesn't know when everybody's taking a day off.
Okay,
You're entitled to call in sick. So look up the laws in your state and learn more about this cause.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for alerting us of that. I've heard rumblings about it, but I don't know all the information. I try to just kind of wait until I get all the information about things before I start talking about it as much as I
will
can.
share with you privately.
All right, W, Maribel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to wrap this show up, but before we do, we're going to celebrate another birthday today. All right, so you know what this means, ladies and gentlemen. We got to show Maribel some love and sing happy birthday. Let's go. Let's rock and roll.
I heard it was somebody's birthday. I heard it was somebody's birthday. Yeah, PJ Panda birthday song. Yeah, today is your birthday. We gon' say it loud. Today is your birthday. I know you're so proud. Today is your birthday. We gon' turn out. By the third party, get it lit and wild out. Cut the cake and we gon' say happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you for all you do in the kingdom, Maribel. Seriously. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be with us.
Happy birthday to you. Yeah, get a cake, blow the candles like a kiss. Throw a party, everybody bring a kiss. Got a new outfit and it's lit. Best day of the year you can't miss. All my friends is coming in.
Let's go. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to celebrate it with all of us. It's like a family. It's a family matter. JGA Creations, thank you for the heads up. I knew it, but he let me know. You know what we do over here, ladies and gentlemen? We keep it clean. Let's go. Woo. This is what I'm talking about. They say we spread hate on this platform, but we don't. We spread love.
Today is your birthday. We gon' say it loud. Today is your birthday. I know you're so proud. Today is your birthday. We gon' turn out.
Hey.
Party, get it lit and wild out. Cut the cake and we gon' say happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Wow. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Maribel. Oh my gosh. Another. Thank you. Another. Thank you.
You know what? I am not a morning person. I have to say this. I am not a morning person, but best believe I have my alarm clock set up so that I can be up at 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Zeus.
Thank you so much. It means a lot. I mean, a lot of people. It's hard to do, but we have to do it. It's just one of those things at this point. At this point, it's like driving a stick shift. You know, once you learned it, you got to learn. It's easy to do going forward, right? Just like riding a bike. But I appreciate you. All right. Any plans today, honestly?
Hours, and then I'm gonna go live so that we can all celebrate life, not just my birthday, but just celebrate that we're here and that we have the power of choice. And I think that's really important.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give another round of applause to Mary Bell before we wrap things up. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, and that concludes this special broadcast. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, W's in the chat for Mary Bell. Before I wrap up this broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I gotta say this. I wanted to send my condolences to Cece and her family. I just received some information over this weekend that she's left the earth and gone on to meet her maker. So I just wanted to say thank you, Cece, for all you have done. You've been a very, very great friend to me and everyone else on this platform, and I'll do whatever I can to help you out. All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in this morning. I really do appreciate it. All right. And take care of yourselves out there, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously. We'll wrap it up like we normally do. You know, we got to do it. We got to do it. All right. You know how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. This is dedicated to Cece because I know she understands what it means to do it. We're going to still do it for you.
War, Pennsylvania Energy, because you know she's going to ban. You know she's going to ban fracking, right? 100%. Yeah, she was against fracking, against all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, about a year and a half ago, when she was getting killed in the polls, she said, I like fracking very much. Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical left Marxist. She can't help it. But we're going to end that.
Let's do it for Cece, ladies and gentlemen. You know we got to do it. She would want us to do it.
Frack and drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We're going to be drilling so deep. We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill. We're going to take out so much money. We're going to pay down our debt.
She would. She begged me all the time. She said, do it.
Insane as
I'm going to do it.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter, drill, baby, drill. We're going to frack. Drill, there's a black frack. Let's go! There's a recipe of energy. She's going to pay. You know she's going to thank you. Right? Let's go.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. She said, I like fracking very much. Look, they always go back to what they want. They always go back. She can't help it. She's a radical. She can't help it. We're gonna end that. And we will frack. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be for these guys. We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay down our debt. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane assignment. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Let's go. Insane assignment. I see
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter. They say,
why would he mention Hannibal Lecter? Why? What would he do?
We're going to lower your taxes.
That part.
Deep insane
That
asylums.
part.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill, with a drill, baby, drill, like it's Hannibal.
Let's go.
Drill, baby, drill,
lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know, they go crazy. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. Want me to lower your gas prices? Don't worry, I'm a lower. Hey, hello. Can you go? Hey, hello. Drill, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylum. You know they go. All right. How much do you owe? Don't worry, baby. We'll take good care of it. We're gonna pay off all your debt. Seriously. Oh, you got taxes you owe? Don't worry. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna lower those taxes. And then what we're going to do is get to that liquid gold underneath us, all right? Because we have so much liquid gold underneath our feet. And all we got to do is drill, baby, drill to get to it. I knew you all understood. Thank you all so much. Love you all. Love you, CC. We'll see you. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your morning. And don't do nothing I wouldn't do out here in these TikTok streets.